Now, the National Education, Health and Allied Workers Union is rejecting government's 7.5% wage increase. Unions had been striking for 12.5% and most ended up accepting government's final offer. But NEHAWU wants government to finalize the 2022-23 wages matter before it will agree to move forward. Its President Mike Shingange joins me now to speak on this particular matter. Mr. Shingange, good morning and thank you very much for your time. Now, we understand you aren't willing to sign the new deal for 2023. Just talk to us about the concerns you have around the previous deal.
Good morning, Fundo, and good morning to your viewers. That's correct. The current proposed settlement or a collective agreement is about to be signed. We don't have a mandate to sign it because you remember that we had a mandate to pursue a dispute of 2022-2023. When we finally agreed with the government to build a bridge between 2022 and 2023, it was with the understanding that the 2023-2024 wage settlement will contain what we call in the settlement agreement residual issues that are coming from a dispute that are coming from 2022. To an extent that the current proposed agreement does not contain those, we are not as yet at liberty or in a position to sign it because that's not the mandate that our members have given.
You sat in those negotiations, and for most South Africans, after that very bruising strike, we understood that indeed you were going to start by discussing the 2022 because that's what you fought for, that on principle. That was a figure, the 3% that was penciled in was a figure that was imposed on workers, and you said on principle, we'll go back to the table and negotiate 2022. So how did it come about that we're hearing of 7.5 and the 2022 wasn't finalized?
No, you're very correct. You're capturing the circumstances around which the strike was actually suspended. We did go to the bargaining council as we promised that we must engage, but once again, government stood true to its form and track record of walking away from any signed agreement. They reneged on the settlement agreement. When they went into the bargaining council, instead of them responding to the residual issues that were putting in place, they then indicated that they are proceeding with 2023 and 2024 and not 2022-2023. That is why the current proposed agreement does not contain those matters. The 7.5% fundo is what already was being negotiated for 2023 going forward. That's what they are prepared to do, not to augment, as per the settlement agreement, the 3% that was unilaterally imposed on workers, even though it was rejected, which is a principle that we will continue to fight. We're not going to give up because even what is purported to be a 7.5% fundo is actually 2.8%, because if you consider that the 4.7% come from the money that already workers were getting from the 1,000 gratuity that they have been getting since 2021, it means it has been collapsed into the baseline. So the new real money, if you consider the 7% inflation as of February, it means the new real increased money there is actually 2.8%, which in fact is less than 3% that was imposed last year.
But the 4.7,
once again, the workers are being robbed.
I just want to interject there. When we talk about the 4.7, that's the 1,000 gratuity. What has changed, though, from our understanding, is that now it's pensionable. So you will receive pension on that 1,000 increase because it was being given to you as cash, but it was not really considered as part of your salary and for you to receive a certain portion that is being now invested towards your pension. So in this instance now, that gratuity is being turned into an amount that is pensionable. So is that not something completely different?
No, it is something completely different, particularly when you consider the deferred salary in terms of the pensionable. However, what we are arguing is that it's not the new money. It's not like the workers have not been getting this money. It's not like government came with the 7.5%. It came with 2.8%. That's number one. But number two, it's already a salary cut when in terms of the take home, because in cash, in monetary terms, when you take home, that which you used to take
So where to from here? As I stated a bit earlier, the strike was very bruising. You were criticized heavily for barring the public from accessing health care, even being blamed for 4 deaths of patients. Would you consider taking to the streets again, or perhaps, with the benefit of hindsight, you'll rather stay at the bargaining table and just keep negotiating?
Well, we are at the bargaining table. We are making a final attempt today. We are presenting our own alternative settlement agreement that we think will make us to consider signing this new offer. If that fails, so we cannot be blamed that we are not in the bargaining council. As I said, you will build a bridge through the settlement agreement from ending the strike into going to the negotiation. It is the employer that once again renege on their own side the settlement agreement. And that's what they are known of. So it is not like we are not in the bargaining council, and we can't keep negotiating with people who do not want to negotiate. So we have initially indicated that we reserve our rights when we're ending the strike. A number of options are still open to us, but like I must say, we are making a final attempt today. We are going to the bargaining councils. We have presented our new terms so that we show and demonstrate that we are prepared to negotiate. It will be up to the employer really this morning what they want to respond to our proposed demands, and then from there every other option is open. One thing that's not going to happen is that workers are going to forget the treatment they're getting from their government as an employer, and that the people will not be allowed to forget, and the workers are going to continue to fight for no matter how long it takes. It is a fight worth fighting for because it is a fight about the survival of the workers.
Mr. Shingange, thank you very much for your time this morning. That was NEHAWU President Mike Shingange speaking to us there.